Okay, here's the continuation of creating the plywood decking, plywood deck for this thing. My computer shut off, so this is part two. All right, let's see what we got here. So I got two rows here. We took this first row, starts with a full piece, 4 full pieces. This one we trimmed down. Actually, before we did that, we had 5 full pieces. We moved the copy over and then shifted it. You can see the shift right here. Shifted it back 16 inches. And then we trimmed the ends. This one got trimmed and this one got trimmed. Then we're going to select all these. Select one, hold down shift so you can select all these guys. Again, every once in a while when you do this, it'll pick up the floor joist. So you can, if it does, you can just, as long as you keep shift held down, if it accidentally selected these guys, you could click on it one more time and deselect it. So as long as you keep the shift button held down, you get the little plus and minus on the cursor. All right, now that we have these guys, we can move a copy. And again, this is one time where you don't really need to click on a point, but you do want to hit the correct arrow key, which in this case is, for me, is green. It's going to jump 2, so we're going to move it over 8 feet times 4. Gives us that. And then we just have to trim this end. So we really want to zoom in. We can double click this one to edit it. Aim carefully, hit push pull, P for push pull, push this in, just touch this surface or a point like that one. And I'm hoping we can just go to this next one and edit it. And if you hit P, you should be able to double click it, click, click, and it goes back in. It's set to that push at this point. Same thing, get inside of this one, hit P, double click on that, click, click. Is that? That's not too bad. Get in this one, same deal. Get into this one. Check all the sides so that fits perfectly. It might be a good idea. This is a tough one to be able to get a hold of all these, but let's see. It's tricky. To do this, I'd probably have to line up my view like this and drag a box kind of like that to try and get only the plywood, not the floor joists. And I can sort of check it by moving it up. I think I'll move it straight up in the air. Yeah, that's all the plywood. Maybe. Oop, left some behind. No good. To really line this up carefully. I'm going to move this straight up in the air like 10 feet so I can take a look at it. That looks good. And then I'm going to right click and group it. Because we don't have to multi-select all these guys to hide it. So now it's a group that can be hidden. You can take the whole thing, move it back down 10 feet. And it's good. So part of the reason we do that is now that's one big group. I could say, if I want to show the framing underneath, I could right click and hide this. We are going to want to do that. And then this is a group also, so I could hide that. Makes it kind of easy to get in there. We're going to have to create some support underneath because that's too big a stretch for those floor joists. If you were put a piano and 10 people in the middle of the room on top of this and started jumping up and down, your floor might start to flex. So we're going to have to create some support underneath all those floor joists. But anyway, that's the plywood deck. It's beautiful. You can see the seams are all staggered. When you put it, it looks like bricks. That's called staggering the seams.